Hello, my students. Welcome to Agial Language Schools. Today, inshallah, we will start Unit 9 Part 1. Let's see. Unit 9, Chinese Inventions. Chinese Invention. Let's start. Paper, paper, paper bag, paper bag, paper money, fan, umbrella, paper, paper bag, paper money, fan, umbrella. Let's go to the second one. Printing, printing, silk, silkworm, cocoon. Printing, silk, silkworm, cocoon. Number 3, the canvas, the canvas. Why do we use the canvas? We use the canvas to know directions. To know what? Directions. Excellent. This one, gunpowder, gunpowder, fireworks. Let's read again. Paper, paper bag, paper money, fan, umbrella. Printing, silk, silkworm, cuckoo. The canvas, gunpowder, fireworks. Let's open student book page 90, Unit 9, a Chinese invention. We use these every day. 3 minutes to read this page, then we will listen. Are you ready for listening? Okay.
Pupils book, Unit 9, page 90. Reading.
We use these every day. The Chinese invented paper about 2,000 years ago. They made it from different plants. At first, they used it for wrapping things. Then they used it for writing and drawing on. This picture shows leaves and flowers. Paper was most useful for books. For hundreds of years, people wrote books. They used pens and ink, and it took a long time. Then, one of the most important inventions appeared.
Printing. Chinese people first printed on cloth more than 2,000 years ago. They cut a pattern on a block of wood. They put dye on the wood block, then they pressed the block onto the cloth. The block printed the pattern. They could use the block again and again. Sometimes the cloth was silk. The Chinese invented silk too. This piece of silk is a beautiful curtain. Later, the Chinese printed words on paper. They cut words on the wood block. This was difficult work. They put ink on the block, then they pressed the paper onto it. The wood block printed the words onto the paper.
Okay, please go to page 91. Three minutes to read 91, then we will complete. Are you ready?
The printers printed one page at a time, but they could print with the block many times. They could make many copies of each book. More people could have books. The oldest printed book in the world is from China. It is more than 1,100 years old.
The compass. A long time ago, sailors used the stars at night. They could find north, south, east, and west. When it was cloudy, They could not see the stars, and sometimes they lost their way. The Chinese made a discovery. A special stone made a metal needle point to north. They floated the needle in a bowl of water, and it pointed to north. It worked at sea when it was cloudy and completely dark. It worked on land in the daytime too. People could find north, and then they could follow a map. They could find their way to new places.
Gunpowder. Chinese scientists discovered gunpowder 1,100 years ago. First, they found a kind of salt. It burned with a purple flame. They mixed it with other salts. When they put the mixture in a metal box and heated it, the box exploded. It was a very powerful mixture. They used the gunpowder to make fireworks. Chinese people still make fireworks. They are the best in the world. If you go to a firework display, you will see Chinese fireworks. They explode in the sky in different shapes and colors.
Now it's time for answering questions on this reading. Let's see. Page 92, student book. Number 1. Underline the best word to complete each sentence. Number 1. At first, the Chinese used paper for what? Let's underline. For wrapping. Excellent. Number 2. Paper was most useful for box. Number 3. Chinese people space sometimes, always, or often printed on silk cloth. Who can tell me? Sometimes. Excellent. Number 4. Later, the Chinese printed words on printed water on paper. Number 5. They could make many copies of each what? Of each book. Number 6. A long time ago, sailors used, watched, or saw the stars. Used. Excellent. Number 7. A special stone made a metal needle turn, point, change to north. Point. The last one. Chinese people still have, make fireworks. Make fireworks. Let's move to exercise number 2. Talk about the answers to these questions. Number 1. Which invention do you use the most often? Which invention is the most useful and why? Number 3. Which invention do you think is the least useful? Why? And why? Okay? Let's move to exercise number 3. Look at the pictures, complete the lists, write the letters. You have pictures and you have 2 columns here. Inventions or things that Chinese used for their inventions. Let's start by inventions. The first one is paper. Paper, J, letter J. Number 2, gun, powder. Letter A. Let's change the color. Okay. Gun, powder. Letter A. Cross it out. The next one, silk. The next one, silk, B. Cross it out. After silk, canvas, E. Sorry, E. Cross it out. We still have printing. Printing, F. Okay. Let's move to this column, things the Chinese used for their invention. Plants, C. Wood blocks, wood blocks, cross it out. Wood blocks. Let's try the through wood block, salt, G. Cross it out. After salt, we have needle, H. Cross it out. The last one will be silk, worm, letter I. Cross it out. This is our class for today. Please answer your workbook page 82. Thank you and see you next class inshallah. Goodbye.